How's everyone doing? So before I start, I want to let you all know that I am currently working on a big project which involves making some sort of a group chat where I give out my callouts of the trades that I'm looking at and that I plan on making. I still have some things to set up, but drop a comment if you would be interested in joining the group. So the first trade that I'm going to talk about is the MSFT trade, which is the trade that I actually lost money on. As you guys can see, I took a big dip on the account, but I'm not going to spend too much time talking on it because I want to make a separate video addressing the errors and kind of the things that I could have done better during that trade, because in all honesty, it wasn't a bad trade. Like, I had the right intention. I just let my emotions get in the way of the trade, which is something that I try not to do, but sometimes you end up messing up and you let your emotions get in the way. But fortunately, we were able to bounce back from that trade, as you guys can see today, up almost $346. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the MSFT trade. There we go. So we're gonna look at the history. So originally, what I did was I bought on the June 25th I opened up a small position of the 135 calls, which were in the money at the moment that I bought them. I bought them at 129, and it just kind of went downhill from there because the MSFT kept on dropping. And I'll show you guys right now on the chart what I was looking at, but I tried to average down, and it just was not working out. I averaged down, and I think the average price was somewhere around like 133. So we ended up taking a hefty loss on this one because we sold at we cut losses at 0.81, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to the chart right now to kind of give you guys some more insight on the trade. So here's the 10-day chart on MSFT, and the two lines that you see that are drawn right now are two support lines that I was looking at. So the first line, the one that's on top, is at 135, and then the second one is at 134. And so when I was looking at MSFT, it was midday. It was around probably like around 11, 12 o'clock, and I saw that it started downtrending a lot around right here, and I saw that it was about to reach the support area from previous weeks of 135. So I thought that it would be a good idea to start a call position, and that's exactly what I did. I bought some 135 calls, which were in the money at the time. However, hold up, let me take that off. MSFT broke through that support line and ended up dropping even more, and it ended up kind of trying to consolidate along the 134, 135 area. However, it continued to break down, and during this long downtrend move, I tried to average down to get a better, bigger position and a better entry price. However, you guys see that it ended up breaking through the supports of 134, which is the second black line, and it continued to downtrend. So in my honest opinion, what I should have done when I saw it break through the 135 support, which was the first black line, I should have been cautious, and since the price kept dropping and coming closer to the second support line, that should have been an indicator for me to close out the position and take a loss at that time. However, I didn't listen to the indicators, which is why I was saying that I kind of let my emotions in on this trade a little bit too much, and I ended up selling somewhere over here when it was like around in the 133 area. I don't remember exactly where I sold that, but you guys saw that it was a pretty big loss because my average was at 133, and I ended up selling at 0.81, so I took a pretty bad loss. So that's pretty much it for this trade. Like I said, I will make a separate video kind of explaining a little bit more in detail because there's couple things that I want to go over, but I really don't want to make this video extremely long, so I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to the trade that we actually made that made us recuperate our losses from this bad trade that we had. So the next trade that I made that actually helped me recuperate the losses from MSFT was on AMZN, and I purchased a 1915 strike call right before close on June 25th at 390, and I sold the following day. So today in the morning I sold at 750. We could have actually gotten more money out of this trade. However, after taking that heavy loss from yesterday, I didn't really want to get too greedy, so I locked in profits quite early on this one. You guys can see that it reached a high of 9.95, and we sold at 750. So we left almost about a good $250 on the table, but you know, like I said, I didn't want to get too greedy on this trade. I just was happy to have recuperated the losses and made a little extra also. So now I'm gonna go ahead and move into the chart and go over the trade in full detail. So like I said on Tuesday, so yesterday, we had a pretty big drop of almost 2% without any real news. It was just a kind of a down day for the market, and I saw that near the end of the day, so around like 2:30, it was kind of consolidating along this lower band of the VWAP, and in between the lower band and the green line, which is the EMA. And as you guys can see, it was extremely oversold. It was in the RSI of 19.46, which is considered extremely oversold. And the real kind of thing that I was looking at that kind of led me to believe that a reversal was going to happen soon was that the MACD line was getting closer and closer towards the 9-day SMA line, and it was kind of already beginning to curve into it, so it was posing for a nice cross over the 9-day SMA line, which meant that a reversal was going to happen. As you guys can see, that the following morning that reversal happened, the EMA crossed over the 9-day SMA, and we had a big spike up of almost $15. I think it reached a high of 1,903. But we sold early. We sold, I think it was within the first 10 minutes of the day, and we were able to make a pretty decent profit that helped me not only recuperate the losses from the MSFT trade, but it also made me be up and continue like the winning streak of this challenge. So right now I think we're standing at somewhere around like 781 if I'm correct. And last video we ended the video at 789, so almost a $100 win between the two episodes. So I'm quite happy that we didn't get greedy on this trade for one, and that we were able to keep progressing. Like I said, that's always nice to kind of have like green days. So that's pretty much it for this video. I will be making another video this week, definitely talking about kind of like some news of the upcoming G20 summit. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for more videos.